Hi everybody, in this video we will talk about abstract class and members in the abstract class. So firstly we define an abstract class here. So abstract means that not complicated. It means that you have to implement on the member that is defined as abstract in the deriver or in the subclass. So abstract class can contain non-abstract member or abstract member. Firstly, we have the protected property here. The property here is a non-abstract member, and now we define a method here. Why this arrow? Because abstract method only contain signature or declaration, or the declaration only, not implementation. Okay, so here it is declaration or signature of a method with the end of semicolon. So we define another class cat inherited or extended from animal. So why arrow? Because the subclass must implement or override all abstract method in the parent class. So we override the make noise. The make noise method, we must override or implement the method because the parent has the abstract method. So you have to override this in the subclass or in the or in the deriver class. So we show to the screen, to the console, meow meow, for example, console write line meow meow to display the content to this inside this method. So we also have an abstract here. Why arrow? Because you cannot define an abstract method inside a non-abstract class. So this is wrong because you cannot define abstract member inside a non-abstract class. So only abstract class can do this. And comment out this line. So we can also access the member, the protected property of the superclass. Okay, it is okay. You can access this inside the derived class. Firstly, we initialize an animal, so it is wrong because you cannot initialize an abstract class. You can only initialize a normal class or an instant class. Then this is the same. You cannot initialize and assign the variable and object as a type of animal. And you can initialize the class normal and call the function make noise and run using .NET run. So the name here is blank. How can you initialize this? You can initialize it in the constructor. So in the constructor you can initialize this here by calling public cat. It is a constructor, and assign the name, the property name, to the input parameter. So and insert here Mimi, for example, cat, and input parameter is Mimi. So you can call the make noise. So calling the make noise will display to the console Mimi say meow meow. Okay, so it is very quite simple to implement these methods. And here, what about this? You define here as abstract, so it will error because you must implement and override the name property because it is abstract. And in the derived class or in the subclass, you must implement this. So implement here. This contains the getter and get setter. So you can implement or override a property inside this by implement the getter and setter function. And it is abstract and override. for abstract means that require override. We can define a field, a private field, and this is the field of backing store. So a name, you can access it only in this class, inside this class. So we can access this and convert the name or the string to uppercase, convert it to uppercase, and get the value to this by getter, and set the value to this inside the setter. Yes. So you can also change a little bit here. For example, change to a name and assign the field to the input parameter for name. A name, yes. And what about the setter? You can set the name for the value, where you assign this property to a new value. Yes, and you can call cat make noise. So you can run this .NET run. Okay, so the name has been converted to uppercase in this case. So what about seal? Seal and abstract is opposite, because abstract is incomplete and seal means complete. Complete means you cannot override anymore. So it is opposite. So you cannot use at the same time or concurrently. You cannot use it at the same time because it is opposite. And only use one of them, abstract or seal. Abstract or seal. Okay. So this function can be defined as seal. Seal means that completed, so you cannot derive anymore. So subclass cannot derive it or implement this anymore. And so what about this? Okay, you can define this as seal. But what about virtual? Virtual means allow, override, and abstract mean must override. So it is something like it's the same. So you must use this one of this virtual or abstract. It means that virtual not abstract and abstract not virtual, not concurrently. So let's use it as a previous by using abstract only. Yes. And this is the end of my lesson today about abstract class and some of the abstract member in C#. Thank you so much for watching.